Hi, my name is Jill Power, Program Manager for the Accessibility Experience at Pega, and I am thrilled to be able to talk with you today about Pega's approach to accessibility, as well as some of the exciting updates in Infinity 23. When we began to build our new Constellation architecture, we wanted to take an accessibility-first approach. We knew that waiting until after a product is released to test for accessibility would lead us to a lot of technical debt, not to mention unsatisfactory experiences for our users. Therefore, we brought accessibility directly into our software development lifecycle. The software development lifecycle is made up of all the processes needed to release a new product. This includes when you're analyzing the problem you're looking to solve, designing and mapping out the workflow, and of course, the actual development of the application. This is followed by testing, deployment, and of course, evaluation, gaining feedback from your users. So we knew that we needed to interject accessibility consideration into all of these phases. Building accessibility directly into the process changed the conversations that teams were having as they were creating new features. Bringing in-house people with disabilities also helped drive the conversation. It became more than just a technical solution, but demonstrated the impact on the experience for users with disabilities. Thus, we took the following steps. First, all designs went through an accessibility review. As our teams became knowledgeable and were able to identify potential issues directly and think about user personas. When necessary for complex components, we built prototypes. Sometimes it was more helpful to get a hands-on approach, particularly to understand the keyboard-dependent and screen reader users. We established accessibility as part of our definition of done, as well as acceptance criteria as part of our stories and epics. We not only conducted automated testing, but also manual testing with users with disabilities. And importantly, when we ran into some solutions that weren't quite sure we hit the mark, we leveraged a third-party accessibility auditor to help make suggestions and provide guidance. Now the team has worked really hard, and I know we have some exciting updates coming up, so I'd like to introduce Megha Patangi, an accessibility specialist at Pega.
Hi, Jill.
Hi, Megha. Can you talk to us about some of the areas we focused on for accessibility within our Infinity 23 release?
Yes, sure. We have had many updates in Infinity 23, and I would particularly like to talk about Constellation. Constellation is our new architecture built upon React. The Constellation design system is really setting up accessibility patterns for our product with respect to user experience. And not only this, we have been able to carry many of these patterns into our traditional UI design system whenever and wherever possible. When I say traditional UI design system, it includes both UIKit and Theme Cosmos. This release, we have been majorly focusing upon improving user experience for keyboard navigation, screen reader interactions and announcements, and definitely worth mentioning, improving the experience for users who interact with web using certain speech recognition softwares like Dragon. Some of the key highlight areas which I would like to bring upon is improving table interactions, appropriate focus management, introducing exciting and efficient keyboard shortcut keys, managing dynamic announcements by screen readers, improving page structure, and assigning logical label, element role, and state.
I am excited to hear more about table navigation. That is certainly an area of importance to our customers and users.
Yes, sure, definitely. We have had some wonderful improvements when it comes to table navigation, and this has made keyboard navigation and keyboard interaction with tables very simple and straightforward. That too, in line with WCAG's compliance requirements, Web Authoring Initiative's design recommendations. We have tried to work upon multiple areas of table functionality. Some worth mentioning would be adding context with the help of captions and table navigation instructions, providing equivalent experience when it comes to column header actions, making navigation between rows and columns intuitive, selection of rows, whether single select or multi select, very easy. And one of the most difficult piece of work which we were able to achieve was progressive load of row content. I have some demos, so let's watch it and understand how these features work. Well, starting upon, When a screen reader user navigates to a table using their quick key command T, screen reader renders grid width visible versus total number of rows and columns, captions, and table navigation instructions. The same is also experienced when a user navigates into the table using keyboard tab key. Further, the entire table has a single tab stop. User can navigate between rows and columns using all the directional keys. Focus on any cell is also retained when a user moves away and comes back into the table. The same you can see on the demo running on the screen. Well, moving ahead, equivalent experience with respect of column header actions. Now, all the column header actions is provided into a single three dots action menu present on each column headers. And the same also has a single focus. Any action taken from these menu items, like, sort, group, or filter, is also identified and rendered by screen reader aloud. Finally, with respect of focus on assets within a cell, if there is a non-interactive data on a cell, then the entire cell takes focus. You can see that on the screenshot running. Well, on the other hand, when a cell has interactive asset like links, buttons, radio buttons, and checkboxes, then this asset directly takes focus, and hitting enter triggers the action. On screen shows the screenshot.
This looks like a much simplified approach to navigating tables. Very exciting. Tell me more about the improvements in focus management and keyboard interactions that you mentioned.
This release, a lot went into managing appropriate focus across our application. And this has really made keyboard navigation, whether with or without screen reader, efficient and intuitive. Like, firstly, I would like to talk that when any link or button, whether it be from the left navigation or any control present in the main content is triggered, then focus is directly dropped on the beginning of the newly updated content. You can see that on the demo running on the screen parallelly. Similarly, when any dialog is launched, focus is appropriately managed irrespective whether it is an info dialog, form dialog, or alert dialog as the case may be. Focus return is also managed appropriately back when these dialogues are closed or any action is taken out of it. Well, I'm really also excited to talk about the two types of focus indicator being introduced this release. The first one, we call it as a focus ring, which is thick, clear, distinctive, and maintains the minimum color contrast requirement as per WCAG. On screen is the screenshot demonstrating the same. On the other hand, we also introduced something called as group focus indicator, which helps a sighted keyboard user to understand their focus on any group object like tab list, checkbox group, or radio group. And this introduction of group focus indicator is not a WCAG requirement. Rather, it's our effort to enhance the experience of a sighted keyboard user. Well, I have a demo, and let's watch and understand how a customer service representative accepts the call. The focus gets dropped on heading level 1.
I think our users are going to love these improvements. I also understand we're introducing a new feature for even more efficient navigation. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Sure, we are really excited to introduce some cool keyboard shortcut keys this release. Just like how a screen reader uses multiple key commands to navigate between different regions, headings, or various elements present on a screen, similarly, we have introduced a single key F9, which will help a keyboard user, whether using with or without screen reader, to navigate between different regions on a complex UI. And not only this, we have also introduced certain specific key commands with respect to customer service application. When we talk about applications like customer service, time efficiency matters a lot. Thus, these commands will help a customer service representative to quickly move or jump into an incoming call popover, review, and take necessary actions.
F9, go to main content button to activate press enter. F9, main navigation region. F9, main region, my dashboard heading level 1. Incoming call Emily Foster status verified. Press Alt plus enter to review. Alt enter content info region, accept button to activate, press enter.
Thank you so much for that update, Mega. Some really exciting features.
Thank you, Jill.
Yeah, some really cool features. And in addition to the product updates, it's worth mentioning that Constellation also supports building accessible applications with features such as warning when colors don't meet contrast requirements, ensuring input fields have labels, as well as providing visible and audible tooltips for all icons and buttons by default. We're really trying to make sure building accessible applications is as easy as possible in Pega. Now, as we mentioned earlier, we're looking to bring some of the Constellation improvements into our traditional user experience design system, UIKit and Theme Cosmos. So along those lines, we've also introduced some exciting new product enhancements as well. Leveraging the approach we took in Constellation, we've updated table navigation for optimized tables. Now there is a single stop on each column header, which focuses on an actions menu. This menu has all options for sort, filter, and more. Direct focus on links and buttons also streamlines the navigation, as seen in the Constellation screen earlier. We also provide visible instructions for all users to understand the new navigation pattern, as well as an audible instruction. Additionally, we have introduced row headers to provide improved context for screen reader users as they're navigating through the table. This can be set through configuration. We've also added captions and improved navigation for our optimized hierarchy tables. On-screen highlights where the configuration can be set up for this. For Theme Cosmos, we improved visible focus on our main case flow, so it's very obvious where you are when navigating through the flow. We also have improved heading level support to allow for more efficient navigation for screen reader users. On-screen highlights these heading levels. Additionally, we've simplified keyboard access of the left main navigation using Tab key only. So details on these and all the bug fixes and enhancements can be found in our release notes on Community or reach out to accessibility@pega.com. Thank you for your time and interest in creating accessible applications.